what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Right now, we are about to run Caria. Sorry about the little black screen there. I had to get off one of my mannequins. Alright, so from my previous stream, right now we are running Caria. This is one of the areas that most of the players they farm. This is how you make your money towards the end game. So what we're going to be doing is running Caria, grabbing some materials, use the materials to craft some armor, and after that point try to make a little bit of gold, increase our royalty, or help some of our guild mates increase their royalty, so that way it gives them additional BP. Oh, I was wondering why my BP went up slightly. This morning it was only at 1448. So after a couple things, we had Legion mates increase our totems, so it came out really well. Right now I'm running Caria with Octavia. That's one of my deputies. We're pretty good at just getting through it as quickly as possible. The strategy for a warrior is, if you're running this by yourself using mannequins, nothing else, the best strategy for you is basically just wait for cooldowns. Fearless and Whirlwind is what's going to get you through 90% of this. You do have to bring along at least one paladin, because they're the ones who can provide mana, can provide souls to the statues that you need to fill. Once we get to those parts, I'll point them out, but put simply, everything else is just cut, dry, simple. You just go in here, check your stuff. Here's one of the statues that you have to donate health to. Once you donate 10,000 health, then it activates, and then you're able to summon the boss. I usually take care of one side, Octavia goes and takes care of the other side. Alright, so once I pop Fearless, I also have a potency stone that I got from another dungeon. It increases your damage while you're in Caria, so using that just basically makes every single boss fight cakewalk. Then afterwards you just collect your prizes and you keep it going. You don't have to worry about going to need to change the option to this. This is just the looting options, just to make sure that I can pick up the items. There we go. You don't have to worry about your pets dying, simply because there's so many of these revival potions that drop, so you can basically just let your pet die for free and keep going. And like I said, they drop a lot. I have 46 of them with all the runs I've done so far, and everything's pretty much easy. I've been running this since, I want to say 900 BP. Once you get your spin, your Whirlwind ability for your divine levels, you're good. That is a high damage ability, can pretty much cut through everything. My pets are, let me go ahead and swap them out. I have one 130 star, I have one 95 star, and one 82 star, which is not the best. There's people with like 3 150 stars, but they've dumped so much into their characters, it's pretty much expected at that point. So this part is pretty simple. You just whirlwind through, and then the ones that pop up ahead of you, just chain chop it. Like I said, you don't have to worry about your pet dying. It's going to explode, whatever. Just keep it moving. Having a panda is a godsend also, so just make sure that you have at least one panda. The pandas are what keeps you healed, so you don't have to worry about using additional potions or anything like that. You can just keep it moving without having to worry about it, which is why my panda is the highest star, or the one thing that I focus on getting up. Alright, I shouldn't have did that. I don't know why I just whirlwind there. Oh. She's gonna have to take lead. Let's see. Go to team. Alright. So I'll go ahead and clear this area. You just whirlwind. Like I said, easiest way to cut through this as a warrior. And I don't even have everything awakened just yet. Once I get my whirlwind awakened, it'll probably do a heck of a lot more damage. But put simply, we're just going to run through this as quickly as possible because you want to be able to get as much out of here as possible as quickly as possible, so that way you're not wasting time. You also have to look at it like this. Stores aren't open 24/7, which means players aren't online 24/7. If you use that as a way of describing, you only have a certain amount of time to sell your stuff. Yes, you can vendor a majority of the stuff, but hey, there's plenty of players that need it, so you can sell it for EP. If you just want to sell for gold, just for gold, it's always a possibility to do that, but I would suggest trying to get players to pay for it with EP instead of just having to vendor it off of gold. As I explained earlier today, the solar blessing that you get increases the amount of gold you make when you're selling to NPC vendors. So you can sell things for gold, and then later on I guess you can sell the gold itself. If I had to think of it or put it in numbers, then for every billion you make in here, you're basically looking at a return of 200 EP. But the amount of gems and stuff like that that you get, you can just sell all those to players for EP and make more in the long run. So just grab a couple more things. And let's keep it moving. I always try to pick up the chapter 5s because chapter 5s is pretty much guaranteed a decent reward. So I get Yellowstones for those. And that's a mana potion that I do not need. I don't know if I picked up the key. Oh yeah, I did pick up the key. So as I'm inside this secret room, a lot of people skip this room, but it's very simple. You just come in here, kill everything that's in here, and open the chest. That'll give you more shards, so that way you can make level 30 saints. And that's basically what you want to have for end game, because once your pets start requiring 30-star universals or any 30 stars to compose, this is what's going to make it so that way you can actually get it done. So I wouldn't say skip this room at any point. It's free rewards, might as well take it, right? The blessings, that's whether or not you actually need it. If you're playing a free player or a free-to-play player, definitely pick those up. It just keeps your blessings going, but you can get blessings pretty much by doing anything. So it's really up to you whether or not you want to pick them up. And you can use them immediately. You don't actually have to sit here and try to wrestle through your bag, waste the space. So let's just make sure that we grab as many of these fragments as possible, because those are going to be your late game money maker, or the reason why you catch up to everyone that isn't really hardcore farming these. But it really doesn't take too much to come in here. Right now I'm utilizing several mannequins just to sit at the entrance, because from what I'm told, you get better drops when you have a full party compared to just running in here solo. Well, I always have to run duo because I'm not playing with I'm not playing a paladin. Paladins can just run this by themselves and have no issues doing it. But like I said, if I wanted to make the game easy, then I could have stuck with a paladin. Just said, hey, yeah, paladins are the best class. There's been several people that's told me the same thing. Hey, if you're gonna invest into the game, you might as well play a paladin because paladins are self-sufficient. But when it comes to choosing what character works for you, just because it's classified as the meta character doesn't mean you have to choose it. It's like me, I have a lot of fun playing a warrior, and since everyone is playing paladins, it basically makes it so that way only one paladin per week can get the class PK rewards. So when I do my class PK every single week, I'm looking at most one or two people that actually go in there and try to fight me. When it comes to paladins, their fights last so long because there's so many paladins on the server going for that. But if you're inside a match, you're basically fighting against 30 people just for some meager rewards. I mean, I guess that works for you. If it doesn't, then hey, like I said, just play whatever feels best for you, because not all classes are trash. All classes have their own specific play style, and the best thing that I can say is you want to have fun with the game even if you're not playing the meta builds or the meta classes or anything like that. And that's why I like playing warriors over paladins personally. It's like, yes, I still have a paladin, but I'm not putting too much into it. 9 times out of 10 when I'm utilizing that paladin is just to help me out with the totems in here or the different statues. Right now she's working on opening up the ice barrier. When she does that, I can continue, and I'll go to the thunder barrier, which I'll use to unlock the other side, and then we'll both continue on from there. So it is convenient having other people with you, but at the same time, it only really requires 2 at most. 1 if you're playing a paladin. Because I'm pretty sure in a little while she should be able to solo this on her own, if she can already. I know she can solo like the first 3 bosses, but once she gets to the last one, that's when it starts to become difficult. But for me, I have 1400 BP. I can basically solo everything, but I still rely on a paladin in order to provide mana and souls to the statues. Okay. Since I cleared that entire side, I just gotta go back and get the tier. Once I get the tier, then I will be able to survive once we summon a boss. Every single one of my mannequins is going to die because they don't have a tier, but that's completely fine. I'll just res them, take them outside, go back in, do it again. Okay, someone's selling the Rose Tifa level 49 god. See, when I see stuff like this being sold, the money I make from here, I'll usually try to buy those for Legion mates that are my free-to-play guys, because having a Tifa, one of the best tanks, or one of the best free tanks that you can get in the game, the way I try to utilize mine is basically, 1, I'm going to use it for the skill, and 2, I try to keep it alive as long as possible, because once it dies, you're losing out on a lot of damage based off the skill that is provided, which is the Rose Blade. It provides a lot of damage. Oops. Okay. Fearless, Rose Blade. Gotta use all my skills immediately. And as my pets die, I don't have to really worry about it, because I'm just spamming my potions anyway, and they'll just come back to life. After that point, collect your rewards and keep it moving. Most of the time that you want to run this, it's easier to run it with paladins, necros, things of that nature, because they have one, necros have summons, can aggro the boss, and everyone can just sit around and do the damage. Me, I'm definitely gonna lose pets, and I know it's kind of wasteful for me to keep fighting in that manner, but at the same time, the revival potions, I started with 46, I ended with 46, so it's not too big of a deal. Alright, let me go ahead and get my mannequins out, which you can see, all of them are dead. Alright, get those guys out of there. But what we are doing mainly is to craft some paladin gear and craft some, I think it's going to be necro gear or ranger gear. I can't remember what my guys are currently running. I know I have one ranger that needs some gear, so I'll put some stones away for them, so that way they're able to get a decent amount. You get a lot of yellow stones running this. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is getting all these yellow stones out and just make it one super yellow. And then I'll turn around and use that while I'm making gear. So let me go ahead and forge that into a super yellow, which is composed. Actually, I'm too shy. It's not too big of a deal. I'll just toss them back in here. Unless I have some. Actually, I do. So let me go ahead and swap these out. Compose. Try it out one more time. There we go. Compose into a super yellow. But my inventory is full, so one more second. What can I drop? I'll get rid of this just to make it super yellow, because that one's bound anyway. Alright, there we go. That created a bunch of backspace, so we should be good to go. I'll take my mannequins inside. Let's keep it moving. Alright. Looks like Octavia is already cleared further up. I don't think she's dying, right? Nope, she's not. She can handle herself. I have 100% faith that she can. Right now she's at a 1060 BP. Pretty decent amount. Pretty sure she was at just a solid 1,000 a day ago, so she's actually growing pretty steadily. She's one of the players that have been playing for a while and basically mentoring me because I'm still a noob. Oh, let me just go ahead and clear this real quick. Oh god. I think I still have thorn damage on me, but it's off now. Alright, so we're immediately going to sacrifice 1,000 or 10,000 health and then go and fight the boss. Alright, looks like she's hanging back slightly. So as a warrior, your combination, if you don't have a potency stone, that's completely fine. You get this from doing another dungeon. But I just fearless, pop my Rose Blade, pop my Ruby skill, and then go ahead and Whirlwind. That provides a lot of damage, kills the boss almost instantly. And if your minions die, I say minions, if your demons die, it's not too big of a deal because the boss always drops some revivals for you. And one revival revives all of your pets. So, not too big of a deal, easy run, easy money. Now, I guarantee there's going to be someone asking, why are you not using a pet to pick up that? And simply because they really can't distinguish whether or not they should be picking up gems and useful things or just random crap. And that's why I don't like using them too often. Only during like events where I know it's going to drop like all red stones or all yellow stones or things that are actually valuable. But so far everything looks like it's going smoothly. I'm really gonna have to work on my inventory. I have so much gear in here. But all the gear that you see here, I didn't make any of this, even though it says Forger. I just improved on stuff that was already made. But these pieces I actually bought from the latest event that they had. They had like a little, oops, got both of them. They had a NPC that sold elemental gear plus 10s. Oops. Oh, she's trying to kill me right now. Yep, saw that coming. Alright, but I'll go ahead and take the lead. Actually, if she wants to take the lead on this, nah, I ain't letting her. Alright, so once we finish these, gotta sacrifice a little bit more health. But as you can see, I need someone to donate 1,000 mana. And that is why you need, if you're a warrior, you have to take a paladin with you, because they're the only ones who can donate mana. And necros, obviously. But you're going to need souls also for the last one, so instead of donating mana, it's going to ask you to donate souls, which paladins are the only class with souls. So a paladin is pretty much required if you take any other class except a paladin, which is why a lot of people create paladins just to run Caria. It's a good farming class, and that's basically all I use mine for, is just helping me farm on this character. And then I just use all the drops in order to make money, use the money to help my guildies improve their gear, and we go basically with that. It's cut, dry, and very simple. And I don't think she put mana in the other one. Let me just check. Yeah, she didn't put mana in that one. Alright, there we go. So I'm not going to have Fearless for this fight, but it shouldn't even matter that much, because I still have my Rose Blade and I still have my Ruby skill. So that provides a lot of damage. Okay, I guess I can't spin. I just die there? Yes, I did. Another reason you need a paladin. Resurrection. For some god awful reason, I ended up getting blown up way too hard on that one. And holy, yep, I'm about to die again. Rest in peace. That is tragic. Hold on, let me let her know I died. Hey, I died. Can you res me?
I did.
I know she's gonna start talking junk, so I'm not even gonna let her. Alright, thank you. Alright, let's go ahead and get my gear back. Oh, I guess it will benefit me if I actually put on my demons. Now, as every professional player, not saying I'm professional, but if you want to be professional, you got to put the blame on someone else. So it was her fault I died. Don't tell her I told you that, because she's most likely going to try to kill me later on. But otherwise, like I said, everything's been going pretty smoothly. That's actually the first time I've died in here in a very long time. I've run Caria at least 50 times. But once I got my whirlwind, I just basically stopped dying at that point because one, you have the potions in order to keep reviving your pet. Two, if you have fast converge for the lunar, the lunar buff that you get, or a blessing, that's what allows you to have fast converge. Which, if your pets die, you just res them, hit fast converge, it'll automatically slap them back on you. But not having fearless, that's really what hinders you every single time. Simply because if you, that's the one thing that blocks most of the CC that gets thrown against you. And once it becomes a divine skill, you can ignore CC, you can heal yourself a decent amount, you can reduce the damage you take by a decent amount, and it also applies to all the allies around you. So what I used to do is, if I saw one of my teammates inside a boss fight about to go down and they have just a couple more seconds before their panda is going to heal them, I'll run up there, fearless, cast fearless right on top of them, and that'll give them that little bit of health they need for their panda to kick in. Alright, she's saying I didn't wait for her cooldown, so put simply, that's her way of saying I deserve to die. But then again, I didn't wait for my cooldowns either, so yeah, that really was my fault. Oh crap. You gotta kill this guy immediately. If he does Death Lullaby on you, you're pretty much toast. One of the ways to, if that does happen to you, one of the ways to get out of it is take off whatever pet you can afford to take off and just summon it and have them fight on the outside. If you still have your skills available, cast your skills, and you should be fine after that point. Otherwise, just pop Fearless prior to, and you're good to go. Alright, quick and easy. And doesn't look like any of my pets died there, so we're good. Alright, there we go. Now we're coming to the final parts. So this should be the second run. Very, very easy. We'll probably do 1 or 2 more runs before we get to making gear. Because once we get to making gear, everything should be pretty self-explanatory. There's plenty of guides already online on how to make gear, how to pop elements. It's basically just a luck game. Making high elements, that's extremely lucky. If I had to guess, there's probably only been like 10 or so plus 12 plus 14. One person early on the server actually made a plus 20 divine weapon. I think it was like plus 20 wind, which was actually pretty nutty, especially seeing how it was done in like the first 2 weeks of the server opening. But otherwise, yeah, I've just been changing out my gear, adding new stuff. A lot of people that I've run into are pretty much new players coming to the game trying to figure out, hey, how do I actually do certain things? A lot of stuff isn't being told to me. What's the best way of leveling up? What's the best way of doing certain things? And the easiest response to that is, the couple ways you can get stronger is 1, level up. You get BP for every single level that you go up. So one of the things you have here is a level bonus. Based on your level, you get free battle power. So leveling up is always a valid option. 2, compose. Make sure you're composing at least 3 different, or what's going to be your 3 main demons. And don't try to overcompose multiple different things, because 1, if you're a free-to-play player, you have limited resources. Yes, you can farm them, but if you're trying to basically orchestrate all of your resources to leveling up or starring up 5, 6, 7 different demons, then you're basically going to stunt your own growth. You want to have at least 3, which is for me it's my Tifa, which is, like I said, 82 star, my Panda, which is 130 star, and my Ruby, which is a 97 star. You just want to have your main 3, and I have another 100 star or 103 star Panda just for backup heals. So for instance, if she's about to die, his heal is on cooldown, I'll pop him off, throw this one on, let him heal so she can stay alive, because once my main tank dies, the rest of them are basically useless. Alright, looks like, is she hiding? Okay, she's good. Okay, Fearless. Go ahead and pop all my skills and just spin to win. And then I'll go up to the top of here while they're exploding down there. Boss is dead. Collect your rewards. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Now, they do drop demon eggs. Those particular demons are not that strong. I wouldn't recommend actually hatching them unless you want to. One of the benefits you do get with it is, if nobody's actually hatching them or raising them at all, you can throw them in a Legion BP tower, which if you have 5 of them that are within the first 10 ranks, that'll increase your Legion battle power. So my BP share before I showed you it was 60. It goes all the way to 64. So when you look at your totems, you want to have 100 stars. 100 stars doesn't have to have battle power at all. You can have low ranking 100 stars, but as long as you have 100 stars, that'll increase your Legion level. The second thing you want to have is ones that give your Legion battle power. So this one is given a 6 battle power just because we have, if you look at it real quick, we have 2 of them that are in the top 10. So when it says star rank 2, star rank 8, that just lets you know we have 2 of them within the top 10, which increases our battle power. Now, looking at specials, the specials pretty much the same. You got a bunch of them that are 8 stars, 6 stars, 6 stars, 5s, and all of those you want to have as high as possible, so that way you can max out your BP share to 64 if you're the leader. Just always keep in touch with your leader. Say, hey, what's our max BP share? Every single rank has their own max BP share. Like for example, if we're down 2, that means their max BP share is probably like 58, 57 for my deputies. And then the deputies have aides. They get a different amount of BP share just for having those. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Alright, here we go. Alright, so if I promote a secretary, which I have 4 slots for, I usually try to save those for my free-to-play players, so that way they can grow. So when basically any of my new guys, anyone that's new to the server, they come in, they need the extra battle power, I'll promote them to a secretary, and they'll get 31 extra battle power for free. Now, like I said, if I also mentor you, my mentor bonus is probably going to be another 33, 34 as you start leveling up and start shrinking. But starting the game, having 60 free battle power along with whatever you have for the gear that you're wearing, whatever you have for your level, your demon star ratings, all that stuff, you'll be well tuned to just fly through all of the early game levels all the way up to level 100 easily. Okay, let me go ahead and get my mannequins out of there because I forgot they're still in there. Alright, there we go. Nada's going to close in 1 minute. We should be good to go. Alright, let me check the spoils of war. Spiritual flames. Oh, right before I started the stream, I took some of the newbie guys into Eternal Hell Hard, so that way they can get their achievement and have a chance of trying to get a Hellfire. Once they get a Hellfire, then that increases their D-Fire by quite a bit. And Hellfires you will only replace with your Demon Eyes. So when it comes to tiers, I would say your final tier is always going to be that Demon Eye, and right before that will be your Hellfire. As many Hellfires as you can get early on is going to benefit you quite a bit. Right now, someone's asking where did they go for the 3 summon quest. Just to answer that for everyone, you have to go to the Elven City and speak to one of the NPC there. I can't remember what his name is off the top of my head, but from what I understand, they dumbed down that quest to the point where it's extremely easy for people to actually go in there and get it done compared to what it used to be. Some of the veterans were telling me that, hey, that quest, I usually just buy the stone because the quest takes so long to complete. Before, they were saying like 10 years ago, the quest would take them like 2 months to complete. And here you can get it done in a couple hours. The game has been tuned to basically make everything easier for new players. And here we go with this crap. Okay. Alright, let me get away from those. And they still blew her up. Okay. And just lost another one. I don't know. Either I'm having some really bad luck or something's going wrong. She's basically carrying me right now. Now I guarantee she's going to talk junk about this all day. Nope. Or she just likes trying to get killed. But as you can see, can res them, fast converge, and they'll automatically converge with me. That's what makes running Caria so much easier compared to what it used to be. Especially if you have any type of solar blessing, lunar blessing, whichever one. Because that fast converge will save your life in a lot of different scenarios, including PvP events. Because if you have a paladin that's with you during a PvP event, your demons die. They res it. You don't want to sit here and fumble trying to click on the right button. You just hit your fast converge button and you go. Wait, what the heck? Alright, there we go. Oh, I thought she died for a moment. I was like, yeah, that fight was a little bit sloppy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired. Alright, grab the rewards real quick and then try to catch up with her. Well, I can confirm that you do get a lot more rewards when you're running inside a full team compared to when you're just running by yourself. Oh crap. Is my inventory full? Yes it is. I'm probably going to max out my inventory sometime soon. I don't need these. And that's a diary 9, so definitely picking those up. God's blessing. That's just like your free version of the solar blessing. You get free PP every single day, which is this currency down here. And she's still trying to kill me. Oh god. I think she did that on purpose. Alright, so as I was stating before, getting a revival potion's very, very easy. So if your pets die, does not matter, just revive them. What I try to make sure she does not do is revive my pets for me, because I already know I can revive them, and that's just wasting souls. And souls cost 29 PP. So there's no reason for her to ever just waste her souls just trying to revive my pets outside of emergency situations, especially inside this particular dungeon. There's absolutely no reason you should be having your paladins res your stuff when you can just use potions. Now, granted, you might have people inside your group that snatch up all the potions. They aren't tradable, so if they snatched up all of them, then yeah, of course that's a valid circumstance in which you would actually require them to do something like that. But otherwise, just use a potion. They'll probably respect you more for it. Oh, I was wondering why I couldn't trade with her. Alright, congratulations. I'll give her a panda at the end of this. Like, hey, thanks for all your hard work. But I'm gonna remember you tried to kill me during the Caria run. I am just having bad luck with these explosions today. Alright, let me walk away slightly, because I know all of those things are going to blow up. Yeah, I'm not... Oh crap, what the heck? Alright, there we go. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not particularly sure why, man, that thing really just threw me for a loop there. What the heck is going on? Hold on one moment. Let me just double check something. I'm gonna have to check my Legion totals when we get out of here, because we went down 1 BP, I believe. Legion totems are still pretty competitive right now. You can level up a number of different demons and not have to worry about it, and just have max BP. There's not too many legions on the new server that's actually boosting up multiple different types. Like, every single legion has at least someone that has the same exact totems as every other legion. So for example, everyone's going to have a panda legion, everyone's going to have a Tifa legion, everyone's going to have, or totems, not legion. Everyone's going to have totems for all of these different demons. So you really don't have to worry about getting too many BP out of those totems, because everyone's leveling those up. You want to focus on the things that people aren't leveling, which is actually going to save you in the long run. Save you time and headaches. I can get rid of this. Make that ride room. We use these blessings. Rebirth crystal. Can toss that on the ground. Don't need those at all. Dang, I'm pretty sad. After this run, I'm probably going to have to go and put some stuff away, or start using it to craft immediately. Dang, she is so far ahead. That took so much time on that. Let me go ahead and catch up. little bit extra room. There we go. Alright, so since that panda is already done healing, go ahead and res the next one, and it heals you automatically. So that's why I keep multiple high star pandas on me. And again, you res that one out, it heals you immediately. I don't see the knight just yet. Yeah, I try to keep an eye on her health in this area because if he sneaks up on her, she basically gets wrecked. Alright. This boss, if you can burst it down, just burst it down. The longer you take to kill him, he'll just keep getting his HP back, which just causes a headache for everybody. Alright, looks like my bags are full again. So, gotta figure out what I want. I can toss these out. Definitely. I can toss this out because I have a ton of them inside the warehouse. Magic crystals, can toss that out. Chaos crystal, can toss that out. Or chaotic crystal. Alright. So that's good to go. Their explosions aren't that strong, so I can just walk through it. It won't fully kill my Tifa, and my panda will just heal her up anyway. And while I'm waiting for her to do her little side, I can worry about actually thinking whether or not there you go. Tossing on that here actually gave me a little bit extra room. Wow. While I'm sitting here playing with my hair, she's already done. Don't judge me. Sometimes people just want to look cool. Alright. Hit the last thunder seal. And we are good to go. With all the redstones, like I said, I'm going to use it to craft. And one of the things I'm going to make is probably going to be some gear. I know she's still missing a couple pieces. So since she's helping me, I'll definitely try to make her some armor. And then all the stuff in here that I don't need immediately, I'll sell it and then use that gold to pass it to Legion members so that way they can increase their so they can increase their royalty. Alright, there we go. Number 5s. Alright, so to answer a question before it's even asked, you guys are probably wondering where I got the Peerless, if you don't already know. Basically, getting Peerless just means you credit the most money on the server for that particular month. So, for example, if I credit 20 bucks and the person or everyone else on the server credits less than 20 bucks, then I will get this title at the end of the month or at the beginning of every single month. So with that said, that's how I got the Peerless. There's a number of different titles and achievements that you can get. I saw someone get one earlier today, and I think it's because they beat floor 150. I think it was floor 150 in Sky Tower. So I think they got the Sky Tower achievement and the title above their head. Alright, so go ahead and pop this. Fearless. Got my Tifa. Ruby. Alright, it's dead. Go ahead and go to the top of the stairs. Wait for it to die. There we go. Quick and easy. And again, I'm gonna just throw out the Sky Robber hats, Warrior Rex eggs, because I can't sell those. I can sell those to players, but everyone can get a Warrior Rex from the event shop, so they're not very valuable. Very easy to attain those. Alright. But that is exactly two different. Alright, there we go. Like I said, that's probably the easiest way to run Caria. You don't need someone that's high BP. As long as you bring in a paladin that has souls and meets the basic requirements, you want to have them have at least 8,000 HP, which is very easy to get. And the reason being is because if they run through the traps, you want to have someone that can actually run through the traps, pop health potions, and still make it further through, because there's a lot of traps they got to run to. Also, if they get blown up once, they're just blown to smithereens, and they have to start over. So, if you're going to be running with a low BP paladin, or if you're low BP yourself, just take it slow. You want to use your Fearless, you want to use your Whirlwind, and just use that to clear your mobs. As for your demons, you want to have decently starred demons, but you want to have a good Tifa, because the Tifa is what's going to take up all, or soak up all that damage for you. Otherwise, it's pretty cut, dry, and simple. Necromancers have an easy time running that, but like I said, if you're trying to do it solo, don't want to worry about everything, then your best bet is just to basically make sure that you're running with at least one decent paladin. So let me go ahead and get my guys out of here, and we will call it for this little segment. So that's rank 1 warrior basically being carried through Caria. So the next time I come back, we're going to be making gear. Probably going to spend a little bit of time off stream, just working on getting some more redstones. Right now I have a decent amount to start with, because like I showed you guys earlier today, my percent for the first piece of gear, or the first level going to refined, is 46%, and 46% means I'm using far less redstones trying to get that first one to pop, compared to if you don't have the solar blessing, where it's only 30%. And if you do have the solar blessing, just the rank 1 solar blessing, then you're looking at 36%, which, like I said, I'd rather have 36 than a flat 30, but I'd rather have 46 than 36. So it just, whatever you can afford. But even so, there's always going to be someone inside your legion, or a friend, or something like that you can ask, hey, can you take my redstones and toss it on some gear and try to get it to pop to refined and get element. It's always easier to find someone that try to help you, but be careful. I would only ask legion mates, because 9 times out of 10 a legion mate won't try to do over their legion. Actually, let me take that back. it's 50-50. It really is 50-50. All right, but that's gonna be it for me, guys. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section, and I'll be sure to answer every single one of them. You guys have a good night, and I'll be back later for some